right. We are live. Welcome anybody that is on the show and joining in.
What's up? If y'all in here, what's up? What's happening?
We're on to the pre-show. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Alone, I rode by, I literally passed the spot where, right off college, when you come across college to go back towards your house, where, what is that old school that used to be there? Whatever that big building is there. You know
The deaf school?
Deaf school, yeah.
Yeah, it's still a thing.
It's still a thing. Okay, I'm tripping. I don't know why I thought it was closed, but I could have made a left and come right to your crib. Like, I passed that. Could have come right to your crib.
Yep, I was there, just rode past there like 2 hours ago, actually, coming home. Went to Wiley Palooza and then to Yats. Got some ice cream and some Asian food.
My little bike app.
I completely forgot to eat before I left today.
That ain't good.
I'm gonna have to just grab some rallies or something on my way downtown.
I mean, you know what? You know, if all else fails, then more you can,
But that's at the end of the night.
You can come on home now and get you some, come on back to your roots if you want. Go get you some rib tips, fish sandwich, something like that. Whiting, perch.
I still don't know where you're talking. These rib tips you're speaking of.
If the rib tips baked.
Terry says he's having a hard time. He's having difficulties. The mute won't turn off, and I can't see anyone. Internet was down for the last 30 minutes. I can hear y'all.
Yeah.
I don't know, Terry. I would suggest probably rebooting from scratch. That's the one thing I would do. See if that helps.
What we gonna do?
If you can hear me.
Get some baked rib tips. No sauce. See what he do.
Yeah, that would be something.
You can smash those, no sauce, and they baked. Be all right.
I'm not what others. Let's see.
Craving Harold's for some reason. I ain't had no Harold's in.
Fried chicken does sound good. I mean, not right now because I'm not hungry, but. Yeah.
Sometimes it just comes through in a clutch.
The only other thing I can think, Terry, is I mean, I'm guessing you got your settings. Can't do on phone. Dropped it and broke screen today. Camera doesn't work. Well, voice and video. I would make sure that your voice settings are correct. Your input is set to your microphone. Or maybe even try your built-in microphone for your computer, maybe. Just to see if we can even get any audio. That's weird. Are you using the app or are you using like the browser? For anybody that's following along either after the show came out, I'm talking to JDiff via Discord. Oh, I see. If you get into the room, the podcast room, can you break the window off into a different tab? There's like a little option on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. There we are. Now we got visual. Got visual, no sound yet. Yeah, go ahead and guys share it on your social medias because I don't think people are fully acclimated to the tube of you yet. La da da da. Yep. Still no mic sound. Does it work without if you unplug the mic completely? And then set your microphone to use the internal. I'm guessing your Mac has a mic built into it somehow. Let's see here. I'm gonna record. Nobody talking. Yeah, I don't know why you're muted. Oops, what did I just do? I did not mean to do that. Whoops. Yeah, yo. What up? What's up, Flood?
What's happening?
Hey,
All up in the screen. Camera. Just getting started, trying to get J-Diff squared away. We're just blue squares. Yep. I don't know, man. Yeah. How talkative we are.
So anyway,
Yeah,
said,
so
look,
Jay Moore walks into the
once-
bar, right?
I said you
Yeah.
have to, I said, look here, Willie, you got to have vision.
Jay Moore walked into a bar and, was serving
Did,
baked rib tips.
Did anybody listen to that Peter Rosenberg project that he kind of curated and put out?
Heard about it.
I
Haven't listened
heard-
to it yet.
Heard one of the singles.
Because I heard something about it, and I'd listened to Bomani Jones, and he had it on. I was like, oh, this sounds like be a pretty decent project. We got.
What's the track list look like? Got some
Actually, let me go ahead and pull it up because I listened to the
Pretty
song
decent.
Ghostface because that's going to be my default. I always listen to Ghostface.
Flood says he's loving. Well, he said he was loving the. He just deleted the message, but he said I still remember what it said. He said he's loving the 2021 NBA playoffs. How about you?
Oh, I'm just enjoying them. I just love them. Lakers got put out in the front round. I'm so excited about the first round. I know I'm excited about that. And yes, I'm just
Yeah.
enjoying them.
And it's only
I mean,
it's only
let me see that
it's
track
only a,
list though, Jay Moore.
it's only a 13 track record, but you know,
What is it
I mean,
called?
it's called Real Late. Peter Rosenberg. It's got Homeboy Sandman, Ghostface Killer, Method Man, Rock Marciano, Styles P, West Side Gun, Vel the Wonder. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I heard the West Side Gun song. It was a single.
Nate Jeezy gonna hate that.
Sons in 4. Sons in 4.
Yeah, them dudes was up there serious, man. Hey, did y'all see the clips of you see when Jokic fouled old boy from Phoenix? Y'all see that? Did you see his
I
brothers
heard-
in the crowd?
No, I didn't see that at
Look.
all. But I heard it wasn't even like
Hey,
kick out worthy. But I don't know.
wasn't dude felt like he was cousin Harold in Menace to Society. Like it wasn't like that. But
No, but like his brothers, man. First of all, you know, I know they talk about how, you know, rough it is coming up in the hood here, but you got to realize they've been through war, actual
you.
civil war
Right.
over
A
there.
little different.
Yeah, you know.
I don't want no smoke with Jokic's brothers. Dude
Yeah,
was
I mean,
huge, man.
they
I'm
look
cool.
I mean, both of them look like villains in Cold War movies.
Fucked up.
But, you know,
Dude was like they had to hold him back. Like I don't think he was gonna risk it all and jump out there, but he was very upset. Like fam was ready to roll. Like was very upset. I'm cool on Jokic's brother, man.
but I mean, shit.
Boy,
I mean, Michael Porter was you know, he wasn't 100%. What's his name was hurt. I mean, but
True.
still, I don't think they should have got swept.
if you got the MVP, you got to get me a game. You got to get me a game, Jokic. You got to get me a game. Like, and I'm a huge Jokic fan, but got to get me a game, bruh. You got to get me a game. I'm sorry.
I don't
That's the
think that's
MVP.
relevant. I don't think,
I think it is.
I mean, I don't.
You got
I
to give
mean,
me one, dog.
what's he? He's only one person. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
playing with he's playing with a Republican, and somebody else was hurt. You know, like. Yeah.
Are you stupid? Here, man. I mean, keep it at least they was getting smacked though, long. Like keep them afloat. You know
What
I'm saying?
what did what was Jokic doing though? What was he
Well-
playing well?
Right. So his box score,
Because I didn't see the score, I didn't see the stats, anything. I just saw they got swept, and I was like, damn, already?
he had one game that was subpar. I think maybe two games that were under with his normal production, and he snapped on the other two, if I'm not mistaken. So, he was cool. It's just when you win the MVP, it's like, man, I won the MVP, and we getting smacked. Like we getting smacked. I don't know. Maybe it's more perception of anything.
Yeah, and from my perspective, that's kind of what I see it as. I mean, like, to me, MVP doesn't necessarily mean like you're. I don't know. I guess it just depends on what people view it as, but
On paper,
it's
you're
very
like,
rare
oh,
that
they have the MVP. On paper, they're like, you can't get swept. You're the MVP. You got to get me one. Like that's just.
see,
I've
I
grown
think
to
I think a
thinking
lot
that
of
way.
your I think a lot of your arguments are based upon you feeling like you've had to defend LeBron James and the same thing for the last 15 years. So
Hey,
I think if you move that aside and you actually think about it, like
Put
he
it
can
to you
still
this
be the
way.
best player and have a trash team or everybody be injured. It doesn't affect, you know what I mean? Like it's not really
Yeah.
speaking on
It's fair.
Jokic.
That's fair. That's fair. That you know what? That might be a fair assessment, Lone. I'm glad you sat me on the couch on that one. That might be fair. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. That's a good assessment. Take that.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's a team game. That's
It's
the way I
definitely-
always look at this shit. You know, it's like, I don't care how good you are. You've got players on your team. If you're winning, you're not doing it by
Nobody's
yourself.
going to win by themselves. I don't care who it is. In history is nobody's winning Dolo. I don't care who it is. It's not gonna happen. Y'all ready for what y'all think the Colts gonna do with Metronome at quarterback, man? A little excited.
Who's their
A little
quarterback?
excited. Metronome.
I don't know who that is.
Nicholas.
Again, I don't know who that is.
He works at the Academics. He's the quarterback for the Colts.
He's the quarterback for the Colts.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What?
Ain't seen Carson Wentz, man. He looked just like Nick, man. Look at him with his beard.
Carson Wentz is their quarterback? I didn't even know he was their quarterback.
Yeah, he got traded to the Colts.
No, I don't follow the NFL ever since they've been bastards. So,
This is true.
but
I think he favored Nick, man. Maybe it's the red hair. I don't know, because Nick bald, so he that's the only thing saving him right now. But I'm calling him Caesar, so that's his name for me. But
Yeah, I had to see.
I don't even know. I
I'm
don't even
gonna
know.
send y'all a picture of him. Let's see if I can find that picture. If I can share my screen. There's one picture, man. I was like, that is metronome. Let me see. I might be able to find it.
Oh, I always forget that we don't get automatic notifications on everything anymore. Gotta manually send these notifications out.
That's a bad one. I ain't gonna share that one. That ain't getting. That one ain't gonna work. Find it.
Oops.
If you don't tip, all right, asshole.
And has anyone paid? Well, that's right. Yeah, I think loans. Close. You're not really a gamer, Mike, but like the announcements at E3.
What is E3? Y'all gotta
I
help your
heard.
boy.
I heard
Y'all
it.
gotta
Yeah.
help your boy.
The Electronic Expo. Basically, it's like it's a big trade show for the
Heard
video
it was
game
par.
industry.
Like Comic-Con or something. Games.
Yeah, similar.
No. This
I
is
mean,
where
kind
you-
of, but
we
well, I
make the
guess no, you're
announcements.
right. Yeah, it's just announcements.
So it's not like they don't have demos of new stuff.
They
or nothing
used
like
to.
that? Okay.
You
Been out
know.
the game, so
I don't know if Sony even does it anymore.
Comic-Con here. No.
That's Gen
Comic-
Con.
Gen-Con.
Gen Con.
Okay. That's something different. I'm tripping. Couldn't remember.
Gen Con was here. Yeah, I heard about the E3 stuff. It was in Vegas for I don't know where it's at now, but I think it was in San Diego once or something. I don't know where it's at now.
San Diego, LA.
Anybody watching that Loki? I ain't watched it yet.
Mm-mm.
I mean, yeah.
You see anything that looks interesting? It's gonna drop.
It just looks like because the biggest knock on Xbox and the whole platform is the lack of exclusives, and like there's some good stuff hitting this year, but in 2022, which is when people will probably actually be able to get an Xbox because of the availability of semiconductors, there's going to be so much shit to play. And the thing is, if you get their what they call their Game Pass, you get access to these games day one, and you don't have to buy them. As long as you're subscribed to Game Pass, you get access to the games. Which is why I still love Xbox so much, because like when MLB The Show came out this year, like I was able to get it day one because I have Game Pass when
The game
it's
probably looks
$70
so
on
real. It
when
probably
it's
looks so real now.
$70 on PlayStation.
The game probably looks so ridiculously like legit right now.
But
Remember when the show used to come out?
and so now they've got deals with EA and Bethesda. So like, basically, I mean, there's a short window of when like the EA games are, you still have to buy them, but
I can
like
hear you.
yeah, all
Here's
the EA
something.
games, FIFA, Madden, NHL, all those games are available for free as long as you have Game Pass. Like the Star Wars games, all of them are available free as long as you got Game Pass.
I heard something.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you, Terry. I think. Can't see you.
Yeah, I was able to hear your voice real quick.
Hey, more. I'm out the game. In this regard, name me five elite black baseball players.
Oh shit, I don't know.
I'd have to watch
Everybody-
baseball to know that, I think.
I
So I'm-
mean, I know. See, this is the thing. You have to be more specific because in my mind, when you're saying black, you're saying black American because there's plenty
Yes.
of black baseball players. You know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, if you're talking about diaspora, you know, Fernando Tatis is black. Vlad Guerrero is black.
I'm talking. I'm
Mhm.
talking Andrew McCutcheon. That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
pretty much the only one I know. I mean, if I
Barry
didn't,
Bonds,
yeah,
Ken Griffey
if I
Jr.
didn't,
right.
yeah, if I didn't do FanDuel, like I'm just now getting
Yeah.
back into knowing these baseball players' names, and like I caught a lick last week. It was very lucky, and it should have taught me my lesson. I jumped into a dollar game
Oh,
and just randomly picked the players and came in first place and won $100. So, I mean, but all this shit is luck anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I heard Bethesda. I mean, I saw a trailer for what's it fucking called? Skyrim. They've got another version of that. Another Skyrim version. Another something.
ha ha ha!
Another
My man Caesar, what's going on, sir?
I don't want to interrupt Sean.
Feel
what?
you.
Said I didn't want to interrupt Sean. You know, Mike's over here interrupting you.
Do that. Don't do
Okay.
that, man.
It's all good. I don't know. Terry's out here struggling.
What you doing, Caesar?
I got to get in the chariot and head downtown.
Hey, man, I'm happy for you, man. It probably I know it's gotta be exciting to be back in the saddle again, huh?
We're ready.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're ready.
Yeah. Yeah. What you playing, man? Play that
I can't wait
AZ,
to tell
man.
people no, you can't request any songs. Get the fuck away from me.
You play that AZ, man. Play that AZ. I'm back. That's the one, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Been a long time.
Actually, we're
Been a
gonna
long time. Okay.
Actually, we're just gonna play Pooh Shiesty and Polo G for the entire night. That's where.
Y'all gonna try to ruin a good night,
We're
huh?
only gonna play people who have been locked up in the last month and a half.
Oh, that would be a great night.
This motherfucker fired.
We're gonna play all rappers that have caught cases since the pandemic.
Yo, I hope
So
somebody
we have
asks.
lots to pick from.
I hope somebody asks you for a stupid request so you can get your feet wet.
Oh, I
Get
guarantee
the
you
hell
they
out of
will.
here. I hope somebody asks you for something stupid.
We got a pretty seasoned crowd, though. I think we're going to be all right.
But there's always somebody.
There's always one though, man. It's gonna be
somebody
one
who comes
person.
in from after work and want to hear some bullshit. Be like, hey, can you play like? And the thing is, like, they'll be like, I'll be like, no, we're not gonna play that, and they'll request like 3 songs. It just continually gets worse.
Listen, man. Yeah, my mom outside in the car. Can y'all hold the door open and play like Patti LaBelle real quick so she can hear it? Can y'all do that real quick? Like,
It's not even
Know what I
shit
mean?
like that. I'd rather have. If somebody
What?
asked for Patti LaBelle, we'd figure it out. It's the people come in.
we figured.
They're like, can you play fucking Billie Eilish or what? I don't know. Nothing against that
Okay.
young lady, but no.
That ain't it. That's not the place
They'll
for
ask
that
for
though.
Billie Eilish and then be like, well, can you play some Nelly? I was like, it's getting worse.
Can you
Yeah.
play
I'm
24
trying to
Hours to
load,
Live
man.
by Mace?
Like, come on.
Y'all need Adele. Can y'all
Be
play
like,
that?
wait a minute. Okay, I know you got this. Can you play Flow Rider? No.
No, we can't play Flow Rider, man. Like, get out of
That
here.
great,
He-
great
look,
little flip
look,
song.
You want to hear Flow Rider? Then turn on TV and wait for a goddamn Kroger commercial. Come on, that's
He
that's
getting
how you can hear Flow Rider till.
be clear. Flow Rider's getting that paper on these
I
ads
sure hope.
out here.
I sure hope he's getting some sort of check for that.
Yeah, it ain't them albums, but he you know making them jingles. We'll say that he got records out here.
Yeah,
That's on TV.
Yeah, so it's just people that like. Yeah, no, fuck your request.
Never understood. Dude is like swole, man. I never understood like the music the records that he made didn't match how he looked to me.
Yes, it did because
You know what I mean?
You know why? You know,
Looks like a Miami, like South Beach, Miami.
That's
know-
what I'm
you know-
saying.
you know why Flow Rider works? Flow Rider looks like that one black dude who goes to spring break and hangs out at Senor Frogs, and that's why white people enjoy him so much.
Oh, his music ring off though, man. It ring off.
You go there and be like, and people be like, "Hey, remember when Travis or whatever bought us drinks and sing your frog?" That's who Flow Rider reminds white people of, and that's why they're so comfortable.
No, from now on, I'm gonna think. From now on, I'm gonna think Flow Rider's name is Travis. All right, Nick, man. Have fun tonight, bro. Shout out to the homie Travis, man. We see you if you out here, man. That paper, man. I ain't mad at you now. Keep getting that ad money, man. I'm not mad at you, Travis. What you got to do now?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm not.
What's up with J Diff, man?
I'm not sure if Terry's gonna be able to participate this week. So.
Oh, and then there were 3.
Because I know we got to get started here shortly. I mean, even if we had some sort of volume, a mic would even be cool. But
yeah, if we could just hear him, that'd be dope. Yeah.
But I don't know.
Like got some birds chirping.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We ain't got a ton of people in our chat either. Shouts to Flood, and y'all play MC
Flood.
Brains.
Appreciate you.
Hey, quietly, MC Brains, one of the first rappers from the Midwest to get on.
Flood, you might be responsible for giving us our first random topic for the first segment of the show, brother. It might be on you.
Yeah, if you got anything, throw it out there. Talk about something. It can be anything. You know, all things considered.
Yeah, all things considered. We appreciate you, man. Throw us a bone.
Ooh. Man, I am tired. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, if anybody's in the chat, throw us a topic for our first segment. We're going to get started here shortly.
Yeah, so MC Brains. Yeah, I'll play some, I'll F around and play some MC Brains though. He had this is how you know you really gotta pay your dues. At one point Boys to Men were singing background for MC Brains and Another Bad Creation while they were trying to finish their record.
Listen. That is a great example of paying dues, 100%. Boys to Men ended up being like one of the biggest groups ever, man. For them to start that way, they earn their stripes for sure. It's a fact.
So they were like,
you know, you be hating on the potency of their slow songs.
No, I really don't hate on them.
You do, man.
I hate.
Was hating on "Please Don't Go." That he was like,
no, I would never hate on that song. Please do not start that sort of slander.
Well, no, it was water runs dry. Is what you
hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We can hear you, brother.
We can hear you.
Let's try to get this. Let's try to get this straightened out real quick because I know we about to start.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Hey, say it, Lone. I thought you were gonna say.
Oh, you were there and you were gone.
For a moment. Now we got nothing. I got nothing. You got red on you. What movie's that from? You got red on you.
All right.
You got red on you.
There he is.
All right, so
yeah,
the professional mic is out. The laptop is out. The phone is. Well, this phone is working now. My other phone I just dropped and broke it today, so it's out. Yeah, it's one of those days. How y'all doing, fellas?
Good to see you, brother.
This is
what's
called.
going on, Jack?
This is the bomb atomically first verse that you just powered through.
Hey, you know what?
Triumph.
We gotta give peas when peas are due. That is a hell of an effort, sir, to get on this show today, considering everything that happened. So we salute you, brother.
Hey, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those days.
You killing
Well,
me, man. Come on now. Flood, you killing me, man.
In positive news, we're pretty close to being able
Oh.
to get back together. As soon as you guys are ready. So we just have to put a date on the calendar.
And well,
No.
considering the luck I'm having already, like right now, it's imperfect.
Yeah. We got lighting coming in on Sunday. Yeah, let's just after the show, let's get into the private chat and see if next week is the week or following. We also need to evaluate YouTube versus Twitch. Let's see if we're still messing with it. So, what's up, Kendall? Just getting started. Just getting started. Yeah. So are we all good now? You think you're ready to get it going?
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
I think we should be good.
So whenever you're ready, Mike.
All right.
Well, give it about at least 10 seconds, but then yeah.
I'm good. I'm about to get my little
I'm
clock together.
depending. Yeah, I might dip off a little early.
Look.
Sir.
Look.
So yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right. You are now tuned in to the new Old Heads podcast. I am Major 7th. The entire crew is here, starting off with my man Jay Moore. How are you, sir?
Doing well as always. Blessed and highly vaccinated.
Good to see you as always, sir. Man, DJ J Diff, what's happening, man?
Salutations, what's going on, fellas?
Oh man, I can't call it good. Good to see you. You had to fight through some technical difficulties to get with the squad, so we appreciate you, brother. Appreciate your efforts.
Well, when we're all in separate places, we're not on the same frequency, but even the big shows have these type of technical difficulties, but we are here, so let's get it.
Yep.
Let's get it. Find out the squad with that nice product placement down there. I see you, Lone. You in the commercial live for them bringing down the band headquarters, my man Longevity. How are you, sir?
Doing all right. Yeah.
Saw that sponsorship can there. Good job, buddy.
No, you didn't see anything.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. Demerit for me. Shout out to the chat. The flood. I think the flood didn't give us anything for our first topic.
You can't just target him out like that. It's not like
exactly.
his fault.
I got you though. The reason I'm saying that is it ain't his fault. I'm just saying he was the only one I saw in there. Flood, we good. We good, Flood. I don't want no beef, no smoke. You was the only one in there. That's the only reason I called you out, brother.
Any topics? You got like 12 seconds to throw something. Then we're gonna jump into something else.
Yes. If not, we're gonna have to make some stick. So, see, Kendall Mathis, I see you. Welcome. All right, man. So I might have to just come off the top with this one.
Well, we could also jump into. I mean, we had a handful of topics, and
Yeah, let's just go and get to the topics.
There were some decent ones, even still though, even like the fourth and fifth one. You saw the one about CeeLo. The CeeLo one was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can pull that one up. So that's a good call, Lone. So CeeLo on IG, CeeLo Green of the famed Goody Mob and Charles Barkley, and he's had a great individual, just solo artist career. Well, there was a post that he made on Instagram that said, let me make sure I got the right quote. I'll make sure I read it right. It says, "Laugh out loud. Do y'all know my label and management asked me to not lose?" Wrote in the caption. They said no with like 3 or 4 O's. It's your look. What do y'all think about that? So there's probably a probably an answer that would have been received differently, maybe I don't know, what, 10 years ago ish, somewhere in there versus now. What do you guys feel about that? Just when you see it and hear him say that his management team and the people around him did not want him to lose weight because of who he is and who he's become as he is. What do y'all think about that? Jay Moore, I'll come to you first.
I think there is pressure to maintain an image that you're buying public, when people actually did buy records, or you're streaming public, or however you want to put it now, is familiar with. It sounds crazy, but there were some people who, were not happy with Jasmine Sullivan when she lost a lot of weight. Not they weren't happy about her music, but it was like, oh, represented for the big girls. You know what I'm saying?
Adele.
How you gonna lose all this weight? And if people get used to seeing you a certain way, even if it has to do with not necessarily your weight, it could be something as simple as your hairstyle. Like, say they're used to seeing some singer with dreads, and then they decide to cut and get the bald head. They're like, well, wait a minute, we got to reestablish you with the public. Branding.
If Lil Wayne got a Boosie fade, that would throw everybody off.
Branding is so much a part of, everyone wants to just talk about it being about the music, and yes, that is it, but it really is about branding. And so whether you lose weight, you gain weight, you decide to change your hair, you decide to change how you dress, on a regular basis, people get used to seeing you some kind of way, and so that's what is really, there's a level of pressure, and like there's a fly in here, that's why I'm doing that. But no, but the
Appreciate
thing
you,
is,
brother.
it's not just like, because I think this is a certain instance where we hear about a man, but I really feel for the women who are in the music industry, because I know the pressure is incredible on them, because like, if you're known for being the glamorous chick, no one wants to see you not in full face, in top designer. If you just say, oh, I'm going to come out, and I'm with no makeup, and then just wear a jean outfit, that's going to drive the people at your record label crazy. Just like when, if, say, and I'm not trying, I know, people want to get on Lizzo, and like we've had our criticism here, but say she really decided she wanted to lose 100 pounds, there'd be people who would be critical of her, like saying body positivity all the way over here, and like, be happy with you being big, and be flying, be big. And if she lost weight, they'd be like, well, what about all that body positivity stuff you were talking? Like, but at the same time, if someone like Megan Thee Stallion, say she gained 40 pounds, like, they would be on her something serious. So whatever image you've cultivated and people have become comfortable and familiar with, these record companies are going to want you to maintain that, and it doesn't matter what it is.
Check this out, though. Candy from Escape responded and said, I don't know what you look like skinny. Some people just look good with the belly. It was a quote, and he replied, oh, thanks. So, CeeLo's not necessarily pressed about it, but it's just the idea of
someone would
saying,
say
nah, man, stay. Yeah, that somebody would just bring that up. Lone, what were your thoughts after reading that initially?
It's weird.
Did you have any?
I mean, Jay's points are, those are great points. People do get stuck on images, and and it's weird that it's like factored into like a contract or something, though. I guess I would be curious as to more so of the details of, like, is it them telling him not to lose weight as a suggestion, or is it telling him that he can't lose weight because it's in like a contract? That's my question, I guess.
I think it's more along the line of to Jay Moore's point about just who he's become and branding, and from that standpoint, I think it's strictly just that. I don't think it's contractual or any of that. The way I took it, the way I read it.
Maybe he needs new label and new management if they don't want him to lose weight, and to potentially, I don't know.
Maybe he just needs good product.
Well,
yeah,
he
that
usually
too.
put out good product though. So,
I mean, because
you don't miss too much.
you got to factor in everybody knew it was a big Luther and a small Luther. Either
Mm.
one of them was gonna give you them hits. It didn't matter whether it was big or small. And he came up in the game during the time where you pretty much had to abide by rules in order to sell records, and he overcame that and still did his
Agree.
thing. So in today's day and age, CeeLo using that as an excuse, or not necessarily as an excuse, because I can see it being said. He
I
has
think
to
he was
actually
taking it light though,
produce.
bro.
Okay, well, you got to produce product at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of your image, because I mean, Michael Jackson is another one. If you were following Michael Jackson his whole career, he looked nothing like he did when he started at the end of his career, and all his fans stayed with him because he had that product. He was the king of pop. He did his thing.
Man.
So I mean, your product has to speak for itself at the end of the day. Even with some of the women, the thing that happens with them, I believe, is they come in the game with a certain image, and they may not want to keep upholding the image that they decided to come into the game with, but that's probably on them too. You know what I'm saying? If you got to
Yeah.
be true to yourself from the get go in order for people to accept you, and unfortunately that may not be exactly what happens as far as being accepted, but that's going to garner you more points at the end of the day.
Your Michael Jackson point is spot on because Butterflies and Break of Dawn and You Rock My World, all them records went. Mike ain't look nothing like, to your point, Thriller Mike. You know what I'm saying? So, but it didn't matter because
He
all
was a
those
different
joints
Mike
on
every album.
tracks. Yep. That's true. That's a good point. I didn't think about it like that. You're right, especially with Luther, because both Luthers had heat. Am I wrong or am I missing something? I thought they both had heat, like good, like
Yeah,
high quality heat, both of them.
absolutely,
But
absolutely.
even with Luther, when you talk about, he had heat, this was the video era, but so much of what we knew Luther for was the vocals. We weren't there to really we weren't there to look at Luther. We were there to hear Luther sing. There are some artists out here where it may be 50-50. We're there to look at them, but hey, we're also there for you to have a certain presentation. I mean, when you think about somebody like Mariah Carey, who has an immaculate voice,
Yeah,
she is also very much into how she is presented every time she's on television, or any visual medium. So
that's true.
but once again, that goes back to what I said about the pressure. I mean, sure, we're talking about CeeLo as an example, but the pressure for
She been
female
missing the
artists.
bar. She been missing the bar vocally though on these shows.
Yeah, I've seen, I've seen certain things where I'm like, okay, but like, we still can't say, like, when we heard Vision of Love, it wasn't like, oh, she's just some, cute light skinned girl.
That's true.
She had the vocals to stand up to just being, uh, where we were there for the vocals. Like, cause when you see her perform, she's a great singer, but she can't really rely on those dance moves either. Some girls got to
No,
have that. They got to have such a visual performance that it overwhelms you, because hey, the vocals and the actual singing talent aren't really there. It,
when
it
you think
really is
about
a
it,
weird balance that a lot of artists have to deal with, because like everyone has to bring something different to the table.
like a branding standpoint, like I couldn't imagine, and I have yet to see this brother in concert, but I actually want to see him at some point. I just don't know where I'm gonna sit at and how much a ticket's gonna cost, but I actually want to see a Chris Brown concert. Like I couldn't imagine Chris Brown just performing and singing and not going through all the routines and the dancing. Like that's a part of the brand. He's great at that. Plus,
No,
he can
I've
sing.
seen one.
I hadn't seen him live yet. I would like to see Chris Brown live. I ain't gonna front. I think he's an incredible performer from what I've
Yeah,
what I've seen online. Obviously, so
yeah.
you
He
can
don't
vouch for
play.
that.
Yeah, he don't play no games. His live show it lives up to what it's supposed to be. As far as him being the entertainer, so I give him his props.
Yeah, I fool with Chris Brown. I just don't know if I'm ready to listen to 75 songs. That's all I'm saying.
Well, nah, he ain't gonna give you that many. He gonna hit you with the hits. I want to say the concert probably was only 45 minutes to an hour long
Can dig
when
it.
he actually took
Can
the
dig it.
stage.
Yeah.
Because
Brown got
nobody gives
bangers
you
though.
all three verses of a song anymore, if they even have three verses to begin with.
Right.
Yeah. But it was good to see CeeLo joke about it. Like he even made a post and said, "When I lose my stomach, please don't speak to me. Plan on acting funny." He, he's lighthearted about it, so that's good. But when I initially read it, I was like, "Dang, what we got going on here? That's what we on." But he's being lighthearted about it, so that's what's up. It's a quick read, good read. Shout out to the chat again. I think we got Kendall Mathis and the Flood still in here. I don't see any new faces yet. I'm not sure if we have any lurkers or not, but if you're lurking, appreciate you anyway. Show yourselves in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our next topic. Make sure I had everything in order here. Looking to myself, I'm sorry. All right, so last week we had a very good conversation about the South. We talked about the layers of influence and what qualifies as what in terms of influential and who's the most, and we came up with so many names and labels and producers like DJ Paul and the Ghetto Boys, and you mentioned all that 2 Live crew. I talked to Lone on a post show. We were thinking about possibly having more regional conversations. So with all of us being from the Midwest, I figured we take it to the Midwest from a standpoint of who would you consider to be the most influential act out of the Midwest as it relates to hip hop. Is there one?
That's easy.
It's easy.
Yeah,
Talk
it's
to me.
pretty
Mhm.
Who you got? I
Yeah.
think we all think in the same lane, but talk to me.
I'd have to go with Kanye West.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, if
I'm
you
not mad.
think about his career, like when it started, he came out in what, 04?
Yo, 304.
0304.
As a solo artist.
As a
Hold
solo
on.
artist. Mind
Yeah.
you, he had placements already with Benny Siegel, um, Jay-Z, Scarface before he
Anyway.
started rapping.
Yep.
Correct. Before we even knew him as a rapper, he was kind of spearheading the production game, and he started that sped up soul sample thing back then, which that grew
Yeah.
legs, and a lot of people did that. And then as a rapper, I mean, he evolved each album, like we just talked about Michael Jackson as far as his appearance evolved or changed each album. Kanye West, his sound changed, his inspiration changed each album. Like none of his albums are the same. And I'd have to say that a lot of the industry took notes from that and learned a lot from Kanye West, and are still learning a lot from Kanye West, regardless of if he's dropping um, that classic material that he was before. He's still making waves in the industry, regardless.
Yeah. Yeah. And his even expands pretty much anything at this point. Like even with the clothing, and even with the music. Like I noticed this. Shout out to my man Jesse. He put me on game to this. Khaled's rollout or his most recent album had the gospel choir. I'm saying, like, coming off Kanye doing all of his um religious music recently. Like that wasn't a
Mhm.
coincidence. To me, that's by design. You know what I'm saying? To speak to his influence. Like I saw that immediately. I'm like, Am is low key trying to tap into that Ye vibe as he gets ready to put this album out. Like we was texting about that a little bit. I think it was me and you, Terry, as well. Um,
Mhm.
but it's just crazy, man. Like that speaks to what you just said. And Dropout came out in what, '04? I think I looked it up. It was '04. To now it's 2021, and he is dominating fashion, still in the news, good or bad. Like even with the music, even if the music fell off, some, and then there was a resurgence, if you want to call it. That's all subjective how you want to look at his career, but everything
Hmm.
was influential. You know what I'm saying? Like all of the
Correct.
waves. You know what I
We
mean?
actually
So
had just talked about a couple episodes ago of his influence on Drake,
yeah,
and Drake is now the biggest artist the last 10 years. His album out the gate that got people hip to him was inspired by 808 and Heartbreak. So there you have it.
Well,
album album
is
changed
in
music, man. It changed music.
I will say this though, because we also, if you're going to talk about the Midwest and the influence it had on the entire industry, we have to talk about Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah,
And when
that's
you,
what I
I
was
was
gonna
and,
say.
There we go. There we
and
go.
but
Okay.
then
Okay.
you also have, you cannot, and a lot of people don't, for whatever reason, we're going to skip over uh Nelly and what he got out of St. Louis. Let's not forget there was that Country Grammar is
Yeah,
a diamond
I
album,
agree.
a
Ellie had a
diamond album.
wave.
At
Ellie had a
one
wave.
point, every record company, this is how you know it really got hot. Every record company was trying to come to St. Louis and sign somebody.
Yeah.
And a lot of record companies, they're like, okay, we let's see if we get this Nelly vibe, because it's like, don't get me wrong, what J and M is doing is cool. That's 2 and 3 million records. What so and so is doing over here, that's 1.5 million, maybe a
Yeah.
million records. But if we can get something close to what Nelly did and get 10, 11 million on the board, first album out, and then followed up with another like 8 million, then that's what
That's facts.
we need, because if
That's the
everyone wants to
old
talk
school
about
diamond too.
everybody wants to talk about like the influence that Kanye had on Drake. Look, there wouldn't be like, because you know what there, I feel like, and I've said this before, there wouldn't be a Drake if there wasn't a Nelly, because
Mm.
Nelly made it to where, even though you found out about some of the wild stuff later on, honestly, like it felt like for a minute, being in hip hop meant you had to have one of the prerequisites was you had to have some sort of life in crime. And here comes just some fun loving dudes from St. Louis who liked sports and wore jerseys and wanted to hang out and smile. And here it
Yeah.
is, they sold and had a melodic thing going to it. Let's not forget that melodic part of Nelly's music, that you can't say there isn't an influence that hit Kanye and then eventually hit Drake. So, if we want to talk about the Midwest,
I'm not
and
mad
it's
at that. I'm not mad at that.
it starts with Nelly, and a lot of people do not want to give him his props because of whatever reason. But this dude is still out here putting numbers on the board, on the country charts, on the pop
Yeah.
charts, and
Yeah.
he can tour anywhere in this country right now, and people show up. So, and that's 20
I'm
years later. So
not
here,
mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. That is actually everything you said is facts. I
Today.
remember Nelly had people wearing band-aids under their eye. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
That's
like
correct.
just the
Yeah.
swag. You know what I mean? Like he, even with the swag and the jerseys and him and Murphy Lee and the throwbacks and all that, like they had a part of that. They were a huge part of that. So I'm
They're
not mad at that, Jay
responsible for
Moore.
the sale of Air Force Ones. I give you that.
Yes,
Air
sir.
Force
they
Ones
were
were
they were
very popular
selling,
based on
yeah,
them.
they were selling. I mean, they weren't selling the same as rappers. Like they were up there with, when
Top
the
artists.
Christina Aguilera's and the Backstreet Boys, everybody was going
Oh yeah.
diamond. They were going diamond right there with them. So
Mhm.
Lone, jump in there,
you
man.
got to give them that.
Did we
Now, do
spoil
we
your
count
thunder?
Detroit as the Midwest? Do we count
No,
Detroit as
not
the
at all.
Midwest?
Absolutely.
Count who?
Yeah, that's why I haven't spoken on a few names
Swap.
yet.
Let's go, Lone. I'm ready. I feel like you
Yeah,
got
I mean,
something for me.
I feel like Nelly and Kanye and Bone Thugs are the three obvious choices, but I think we have to be cognizant of the influence that Eminem has literally had over an entire generation
Yeah.
of white people that now
Right.
listen to hip hop for a very specific technical type of reason, whether that be good or wrong, good or bad.
True.
You're right.
So there's that. I could go in further. I mean, I think Detroit's history, I almost don't even want to break them up. I almost just want to keep it like Detroit versus everybody, because Detroit's sound in general is one that is just, when you think of hip hop and you think Detroit, realistically, even a lot of Michigan, you kind of know what you're going to hear. So you could definitely throw a J Dilla in there. Now, maybe not as a huge of an impact, but that could be argued because he's inspired everybody. So
J Dilla got kids running around. I'm one of them. Stone is one of them. J Dilla got kids running around.
Kanye is one of them.
Kanye's one of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts, Lone. When you think about Detroit, though, it's a good point. I didn't think about them as a collective. Yeah, I see where you're going. I'm not mad
Detroit
at
actually has the music game as a whole as the influence from. It doesn't even matter what genre we're talking about. To be honest with you,
techno, like ghetto tech, like it's very rich. Detroit's, but really Michigan, but really Detroit is like kind of the head of it. I mean, the music is very rich there. So, yeah, I think Eminem is part of it as well. I think, Kanye, I think, the Dilla and the slum village, and that it's really based around Dilla, though, realistically. And then, of course, Bone Thugs from, Ohio, and Nelly from St. Louis, and, that whole movement. Not a lot from Indiana.
Our influence is on the what level would you say? Because we kind of the people from Indiana usually are the ones that are like the head of the music label or the AR type person. But unless you're talking about Michael Jackson.
I think you're in the wrong genre if you talk Indiana. I think we in the wrong
as
genre.
Far as music.
And if you want to go R&B,
Coach K is from Indiana. He's Indianapolis specifically.
He is, but what I'm saying is, I feel you because they label alone. So I'm not mad at that. I get you 100%. I'm with you there. But what I'm saying is, if you take Coach K over here, then you like, all right, let's jump in that R&B bag and then over there.
Babyface.
We go Babyface. Like we start getting into all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
so
you gotta
small,
count
though.
Mike.
I don't know. Who, Mike Jackson?
They from Indiana.
Yeah, they're from Gary.
Close, but I got friends from Gary that really, I got a handful of them that really claim Indiana, but the rest of them swear they from Chicago.
It's different. Yeah, I mean, they're from the region. Yeah,
they're right on the edge, though.
We got other musical influencers from Indiana though, from different genres. So you got Tom Petty.
Yeah.
You got.
I didn't know Tom Petty was from here. I knew John Mellencamp was, but
Axl Rose.
Yeah, fuck. Oops, screw him. But yep.
Good job, brother.
Maybe Tom Petty might not be from here. I know he has a lyric.
Thought he was.
That says
I never heard anything about that.
We sleep. Are we wrong? Jay Moore, I'm coming to you. Let me look that up real quick. Yeah,
I'm looking it up now.
Maybe he's not. I know he definitely has a lyric that says something about Indiana.
He's from Florida. Gainesville, Florida. Yeah.
Okay.
Gainesville, Florida.
I was wrong on that one. Sorry.
Oh, good. Blind Melon.
Last Dance with Mary Jane. He definitely.
That song is fire, man. That song is fire. You hear me? That's a good record right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to After 7 too.
But yeah, I think the Midwest has. I don't know if you can really pinpoint it to be like one specific act. It's just the same with that. I mean, I'm gonna have the same argument as last week. Like, it's just the region's too big. What we could say the Go-Getters from Chicago. How about that?
Well,
perhaps. No, I mean, you could.
I was like, huh? You look in the chat, man. Do we got anybody in the chat? Let's see. I think the chat has changed since I looked last. What we on, fam? Tyler, I see you.
Going
off. Okay.
Just Blaze is from the East Coast. No, he's from where is Just Blaze from?
Just Blaze is from New Jersey.
Yeah.
New Jersey.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, 3 6 Mafia is down south. Kendall.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to go, Tyler, if you wanted to go to a producer conversation, I'm a huge Just Blaze fan. I will vouch for him till the cows come home. But we just try to keep it strictly for the Midwest. But appreciate y'all. Yeah, for this topic. But I appreciate y'all being in the chat, throwing stuff out there though. That's what's up. Yeah, I mean, I think we're all on the same page for the most part. Lone and Jay Moore though. Y'all made valid points with Nelly, and then Lone with Detroit, like to offset. Because I was with Terry 100% with Ye, but those are good points. Not mad at it.
I think with the Midwest, all the artists that we brought up actually have influenced the game in some way, shape, or form. Definitely. I mean, the same way with the South too that we talked about last week. Is just harder to pinpoint the South because the sound in that region is just so is different in each area. Even in the same state, you have people that sound so different based on the musicality that's coming from there. So,
Yep.
I'm with you 100%. Can we shout out the partners real quick before we go into our next topic?
Yep.
We'd like to thank our partners for the New Old Heads podcast: No Bad Ideas Clothing Company, Coleman Dental, Printfinity, Indie CD and Vinyl, Sun King Brewery, and the hub for all things New Old Heads, BringingDownTheBand.com. Remember, once you type Bringing Down the Band in the search bar on YouTube and the page populates, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And as always, we thank you for your support. Now back to the show.
Back. All right. We are back.
That fly, you guys
I'm
can't
gonna
see
get
it.
it. I'm gonna
You're
get it.
listening to us, but struggling right now. I don't think he caught it yet, but at some point he may get it. All right, let's go into. So we're coming off of Eve, if you will, of the Migos dropping Culture 3. Did anybody get a chance to listen to it no,
I did.
anybody get a chance to run it?
yeah, I checked it out.
I heard one snippet.
Snippet.
I mean, I did like the first song where they flipped the Papa was a Rolling Stone. I did like that. You know, it's a Migos album.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
I think,
there you go.
I think
If
it
you like
started
the
off.
Migos, you'll probably like it.
Yeah, and I think it started off. Some of the
I like the
production
Pop
was
Smoke record.
a little bit different. The Drake record is fire. But then it eased back into what Terry said last week. I don't know if anybody picked it up, but he talked about the same beat. Kind of eased into that about halfway through, and then from then on out, it was pretty much the same thing. But I say that to say, there's an article on SOHH that says talking about Culture 3 and trilogies in hip hop. It says trilogies from Jay-Z to Prodigy. It lists some of the quote unquote best trilogies that have come out in hip hop. I'm not necessarily sure if I agree 100% with all of the best ones that they've listed. We can kind of go through because we know all of these well. You kind of see what you guys think about trilogies because, as we all know, even second albums don't necessarily work too well. Like you can do a part 1 and mess up on part 2, and when you get to part 3, it's like, it's either going to work or is it to the point where we're reaching, and then some people go after that. Me is when it gets shaky around 3 or 4. I'm sorry, go ahead, Lone.
I was gonna say, are there a lot of trilogy albums? I can't even think of any.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go down the list of the top ones that they have, and if there's some that you guys think of that's not mentioned, that's cool too. But they started off with Jay-Z. It says Jay-Z
In my lifetime.
It's saying Jay-Z the Blueprint.
Hmm.
Do you know he got 3 of those?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess he does. Okay. Right.
Yeah, so he's got 3 Blueprint albums. I'll pause on each one, and I need a short answer from you first, and then we can double back. But if you think about the Blueprint trilogy, is that a good one or a bad one? Just off the top of your head, J Diff, what you think? Blueprint 1 through 3, trilogy or a bad one? So
That's a good
or whatever you want to say.
It's
Good
a
trilogy?
good trilogy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably the best
You think-
trilogy to come out, to be honest with you, I think.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
refute that with one that's on the list, but I'm gonna wait. Lone, what you
I
think?
think it.
Okay.
I think in general, it's a good trilogy. Yeah, for the most
Okay.
part. Yeah.
All right, Jay Moore, what you think? You echo that?
No, I mean it's especially if you look at it like where when they went ahead and re-released Blueprint 2 as one disc, um, and
German
that's
fat.
when they got rid of the joints that weren't really it, and then I like
There's a
Blueprint
lot of
3.
fat on part 2.
So yeah, that's a good trilogy. It's a really good
Okay.
trilogy.
All right. Prodigy's HNIC series. First one was crazy.
Yeah,
First one
first one was
crazy.
serious.
I think it died down a little bit after the first one, in my opinion. So I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't even know there was a third one. I think I knew about 2, but no.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Wait,
say
what'd you say?
it's a
I'm
no
in the
for me,
same
dog.
boat.
What's the trilogy again?
HNIC Prodigy.
Hmm.
This one
I'm
was
not-
classic.
I don't even really remember 2 like that.
I don't remember him enough to answer it. To be honest.
That might be the answer.
Yeah,
You probably, I think you just answered it with that answer. All right, let's keep going. Jeezy's Thug Motivation series 101.
101 was serious.
Okay.
2 was in. 3 was in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool on that trilogy.
Cool on that trilogy. Everybody references 101, but I don't hear anything after that. I'm talking about in terms of his banger albums.
Hey, if recession was included in that, then we would have a conversation here. But unfortunately,
Yeah.
recession stood on its own.
Okay.
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to pass. Yep. Don't listen to Jeezy. Don't listen to Jeezy.
All
So I
right.
can't give an opinion on it.
It's all good, brother. We appreciate your honesty as always. Jay Moore, you said that's a no for you as well.
Yeah, that's a no for me. I mean, it had some songs. It's like the 102 and 103 both had some songs for the radio and had some singles. But as far as full blown projects, I mean, especially when the first one was pretty much front to back to me,
Okay.
But the other two just don't measure up.
Ooh,
Alright.
I have a sleeper, but we'll come back to it.
I think I only got one more long.
Okay.
No, there's two more. I'm sorry. Then we can get to sleeper. Kanye's College series.
Okay, that's where I was gonna go.
Terry,
We're going to
Terry, I
consider that so we're considering that a trilogy.
looking at it like
I mean,
dropout, state registration, graduation. That's how they're looking at it.
I'll give it that.
I think
Yeah,
those are better
well-
than the Blueprint series. That's why I was gonna come back to you.
I would say that too. I mean, y'all give me grief all the time for being a champion for Kanye West. So if I got an opportunity to say that that's the trilogy I'm gonna ride with, then
yeah, I'm
I
with
can
that one.
dig that. I can dig that
Yeah,
one.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's probably one of the top ones. Kanye out the gate is I ain't gonna say unmatched, but it's hard. You'd be hard pressed to find a better first 3 albums to come out like that. in a row.
Listen,
That's how good the
if
first
I
if
got
three
another one
anybody
too.
ever needs any motivation,
are.
the last song on College Dropout, Last Call, actually, the last song called Last Call,
man.
when he's talking about how he got his deal, man, if that
Yeah.
don't make you want to go hard, because he was literally, I mean, doing whatever he could to get that deal, and it happened for him, man. And look at him now.
Story is fire, and it sounds
Yeah.
good with the beat still playing.
Yep.
I agree.
He's
Lon, what's your
he's in the
sleeper?
he's in the courtroom wearing Jesus masks.
Oh, I missed that one.
But
Yeah.
did you have another one, or was that it?
There's one left. I don't want you to forget. You're not gonna forget yours.
No,
right?
I'm not gonna forget it. No.
All right. So the last one is Wayne's Carter series.
Mm.
I think that's a good one to me. I think 1 through 3 is good to me. I think
It is
I'm
good.
with that.
It's a good series.
Yeah, I mean, I got to pass. Just 'cause
Carter
I've
one
never been a Wayne fan like that.
Yeah, Carter 1 kind of set the pace. Carter 2, he was coming into his
The
own,
one.
and then Carter 3, he was pretty much superstar by the end. So yeah, that's a good trilogy.
I'm not mad at that one. Jay Moore, you mad at that one? The Carter series?
Yeah, I don't particularly care for any of those albums.
I ain't mad at you. I
They have
respect
their
it.
moments, but like for me to be for me to put it up there next with the Jay-Z and the Kanye West, and hell, even to have the conversation with Jeezy. I think they had their moments. I think this is when I've always been, as far as Lil Wayne, I always felt like it was the Emperor's New Clothes, where everybody was saying how great it was, and you know, when you really look at it, was it that good? Especially if you listen to a lot of
Ooh.
hip hop. Like everybody was, I remember everybody was talking about how they were all into the Carter too, and I was like, I don't know what you guys are listening to.
You might be preaching right now
Carter
because
two,
I
You know,
remember.
Carter two was good. No, I think what grabbed people with Lil Wayne was more so his mixtapes. His mixtapes really accentuated his flowing skills and how he could put words together. The
I
albums, the albums
yeah.
were good albums, especially when you consider what they were coming out and what was coming out with
But
them
No,
the,
around
I
it.
would hear
They were
because
good
I felt
albums.
like there were a lot of people who didn't want to seem like old man and yelling at cloud. So they're like, "Hey, but I like Lil Wayne,"
yeah,
and I just
Hmm.
didn't think he deserved the props that he was getting at the time. And then when I was like, "Okay, well maybe he'll prove me wrong on Carter 3," and then when I hear Lollipop, I was like, "This is who you guys consider the best rapper alive," and I'm said I'm sorry, I just can't do this.
it
So
more
I
makes a it more makes a very valid point because I remember the era. We all do. I ain't saying y'all don't. I'm just saying I personally remember vividly when Wayne was on everybody's feature. He was on all the Khaled records. He was putting out albums. All I kept hearing was greatest rapper alive. Like he branded himself as that. He said it all the time on
He
the records,
definitely
and
branded
people really
himself as that.
started to believe that mug. Like Wayne is the greatest rapper of all time. Y'all sleep. Y'all don't see it. He been rapping since he was 8, and all that. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I get all the story. 500 degree. I get all that. I'm cool. No disrespect. Let's calm down now. Y'all giving fam the greatest rapper of all time. This little hot streak. I remember that. Like people was going crazy over Wayne.
and like I said, I
Yeah.
just didn't hear it. I just didn't hear like as someone who
Nope, me
was
either.
listening to still listening to basically every rap record I could, running a record pool and hearing the
Yeah.
underground and things that were coming out through the mainstream. I was like, just I was like, like in Black Panther, I was like, this is your MC. Like, no,
Mm.
I'm not going, and I still
Now
don't.
you
I still
killing him.
believe, I still believe now, like
Killing
people
him.
like now because Lil Wayne's still putting out these records, and I told you, like I'm like the last few Lil Wayne records I've been bored by. So
That's tough.
I
That's
can't,
tough.
you
Word is
can't even be the
tough.
greatest at anything if I'm bored by your records.
That's tough. Long talk
Well,
to me. Long to me. Long talk to me. What we missed, man? Did I miss anything?
The only thing that I would bring up,
Okay.
and I don't even know if we can consider it a trilogy, but I guess we probably could, would be maybe Run the Jewels.
Ah.
Well, yeah, if
Huh.
you take
It's literally just Run the Jewels 1, 2, and 3. So I mean,
yeah,
and
yeah.
4
That's
actually.
that's a good point.
So
I'd count that. The question is it on the par with the ones that we've named? That's the question.
yeah,
See,
I think so.
Think it
I'd
I
is?
rather
think with
listen to
Run the
that than any of the
Jewels,
Carter albums.
I think Run the Jewels. Yeah, I mean, I give it that, but Run the Jewels has a cult following as well. Um, and
Yeah.
it's granted it's because they're talented, but in the same token, um, I think when Mike and LP first linked up, which was on Killer Mike's rap music, is their best album,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
not even a Run the Jewels album.
I mean, you said
Yeah.
that for a long time, but and I don't
Album was
necessarily
fire.
disagree. But I mean, the first Run the Jewels, actually, the first two, in my opinion, are really, really solid.
Nah,
So,
yeah, I give you that. Especially that first one. The
so
first one is me. The
yeah, the
latest one
first
that came
one's
out is
it's
it's
cool.
cool. It's cool. But it,
Right.
it, it doesn't have that same punch that Run the Jewels Part One
Yeah.
gave me.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
Shout out to the homie Grits. You think you said you think they're definitely in the conversation amongst the rest of these albums that we've talked about tonight that we mentioned. They should be
Absolutely. Absolutely.
just checking, brother.
Without a
Just
doubt.
checking.
If we're talking, if we consider it a trilogy, then yes.
Okay. Not mad at I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at it. I think that like Terry said, that rap music though, Killer Mike, man. He It's some heat. I can't remember
That's
how
a
many records
classic
were on
album.
there, but
That's a classic album.
yeah, I'm not mad at you saying that. Yeah, I'm not mad at you saying that. That
They
album's
have
tough.
not compromised their sound one bit,
Nope.
and they've only grown, So
hmm
you know
Okay.
That's a
that
fact.
speaks volumes.
That's a
All
fact.
right. Well, before as we transition into our last topic here, shout out to Burrow. I see you. Appreciate you joining us. So heads, we appreciate you, man. He says my lifetime trilogy. My lifetime.
Jay-Z.
I didn't think about. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
I mentioned it.
You mentioned it.
Yeah, you
Okay,
did.
I didn't hear you.
That's
My
the first
fault.
thing I said.
But,
Yeah.
but are there
Sleep.
three of them? I can't remember.
There
Are
is
there
three
I don't.
of
Think, I
them.
thought there were.
Yeah,
I thought there was two.
Yeah, it's only my lifetime 1 and 2.
Mm.
I thought there was.
Yeah,
there's
you're
not a
right. Because
third?
after
Whoa.
because after
No.
2, he started the Blueprint, right?
No, because it is
Oh.
because the next album is in my lifetime. The one with Do It Again.
Yeah.
Hard Knock Life. Yeah, you're right.
No, that's
That was
No, that's
part
on
2.
Blueprint. That's on Blueprint, isn't it?
Oh no.
I don't know.
Jay-
He's got so many albums. I can't keep up.
yeah, no.
We get
Volume
old.
3, yeah, Volume 3 did come out at the end of 1999. That's the one with
Yeah,
Big,
that's
Big
what I
Pimpin' has
thought.
Volume 3. So yeah,
Yeah. He's got 3. It's 3 of them.
Because it's in my lifetime, Hard Knock Life, and then
Life and Times of Sean Carter.
what's the third one called?
Right.
Life and
Yeah,
Times of Sean
Life-
Carter. Yep.
Yep.
Because it has Snoopy track on there. And that's the track I used to argue about that was trash.
You know, all day.
You got a lot of
All
albums,
night.
man.
And it had I liked it when it came out, but I listened to it recently. I'm like, this is terrible. Is the Things That You Do? Swizz Beatz did it and had Mariah Carey on it. And I'm like, this
Oh
is
my
record.
God.
Yeah, I
He
wasn't
got
really
some heat on
feeling
there.
that joint.
I mean, because he has So Ghetto on there and Big Pimpin'.
Mhm.
The original version had Is That Your Chick?
Yeah.
You got Watch Me with Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Come and Get Me was cold. Now I ain't gonna.
Mhm.
That was
Yeah,
cold.
but Volume 2 was really. It started out so well, but then that was when everybody was trying to make records to compete with Puff Daddy. That's when he
Well,
had.
see,
like,
Volume 2 is the one that
I mean, Volume
really
1
got
Volume 1
everybody watching them.
No, Volume 1 is the one that had I Know What Girls Like and Sunshine and.
Volume
I
One
was
is
like,
one of my favorite albums
Volume
ever.
1 got one of the best Jay-Z songs ever made on that mug, though.
but it's got Where I'm
I
From.
already know what he's gonna say.
What is it?
Where I'm from.
Exactly. You are
But
correct.
Volume 1 also has some of my least favorite Jay-Z songs.
I can dig it.
Outside, hold on, Jay Moore. Wait a minute. Wait. Outside of, I'll give you. Okay, make sure I got it right. I'll give you I Know What Girls Like. I'll give you that. I'll give you
Sunshine. I don't never want to hear that
Sunshine
song.
was okay to me. It was okay.
cool. I think everything else go, man. I think everything else on there go other than them two. Out of 14 joints, I think everything else go. You Must Love Me, Where I'm From, Rap Game, Crack Game.
Yeah.
Real
The thing
expletives.
that put a shadow over
Yeah, I
that
see you,
album
Long. I
is
see
it
you.
was released the same time that Mace released his album. So more people was
for
trying to
Harlem
grab
World.
that. Yeah, more
Okay.
people was
And
trying
yeah,
to grab that
24
Harlem World
hours
versus
to live.
grabbing. Yeah.
What would you do? Where would you go?
Hey, people sleep, man. Long was in his bag on the hip hop albums back then. When we was coming up, man. Long has CDs now. Don't be clear. He has CDs in the car now.
Still got him. DMX came in on that 24 hours of live track and was like jumping all over the track. He's like, no. It's like, whoa.
All right, man. That's good, man. Shout out to the chat again for the suggestions. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna take any slander on Volume 1. I'm sorry. Other than them 2 records, Jay Moore, I'll meet you in the middle with them 2. But
Yeah,
Where I'm from
Volume
should
1
cover.
was slapping
Where I'm
me.
from should cover like 5 songs. Treese is
Yeah,
watching
that mug.
You belong to the city with Blackstreet. I hate that song too. There's 3
I think
songs.
that song is all right. I think it's all right.
Oh, I hate.
I'm gonna keep You Belong to the City, Jay Moore. I'm gonna keep that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep that. I'll give you Diddy and what you call it, Babyface. I give you them two, but I can't give you.
A lot
Yeah.
of
I'm
those
in on the
beats,
rest. So
a lot of those beats didn't age very well.
where I'm
But a
from,
lot of them did, though. A lot of them did.
Mm. A lot from that era
imaginary
didn't. A lot from
imaginary
that
player.
era.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Well,
This conversation too will make the younger cats that love and praise Lil Wayne angry that everybody is choosing Jay Z. And the thing about Jay Z is nobody is talking about Jay Z's rhymes being boring, even though he's giving you different type of game than he was beforehand. It's still not boring.
true.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne
I'm
just
with
had. My only thing with Wayne was like people were like, "Yeah, did you hear his metaphors and similes?" I'm like, they're so basic. Like,
Yeah. It's like I listen
like
to a lot of rap music and you clearly don't. So you
What you
think
say,
like
Lone? It was basic,
basic,
basic
basic,
wordplay.
basic. Wayne had a lot of really basic wordplay, like extremely basic. Like he'll have like 5 or 6 basic lines, and then have one clever one, and people will be like, "Did you hear that line? He said he was hot like the sun." Whew, man. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Mix Wayne was a different animal in the same beast.
Now,
What
I
did
will.
Kobe say?
I
Different animal, but the same
Yeah.
beast.
Yeah. Yeah. I
will
mean, he had his
say that in
moments. Don't get me
relation to the
wrong.
albums. Now, yeah, I will say that in relation to the albums. Like Bang used to go off on the mixtapes. He used to go completely off on the mixtapes. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
There
He had his
was a
moments.
time when
Yeah,
Absolutely.
man.
I'm with.
Let's
I'm
jump
with
into this
y'all, man.
last topic.
All right, let's do that. Last topic is shout out to Pharrell, man. He is set to open a private school for low-income families in Virginia. Obviously, his home state. And I know we've done this in the past, or even recently, a couple times. We did it with Sky Zoo, we did it with Ninth. I think Pharrell is a person that just deserves his flowers, man. Like this is one of the things that made me think about him just deserving his flowers as a whole. The fact that he's going back to where he's from, and it's based around low income. His school will be based around low income families in Virginia. I think that's extremely dope. It's the epitome of giving back and being, involved in your community. You think about it, this guy's had an amazing career. Like I'm talking about like GOAT level, top, whatever you want to call it, careers from a producer standpoint, songwriting. Um, just amazing. Man. He's one of my all-time favorites. Does a lot of creative things from a production standpoint. And I remember standing out because he didn't sample that much in the beginning. All of his stuff, him and Chad was, for the most part, them just getting in the studio and collabing on the keyboards and guitars or whatever. Like he's an actual, musician. If you watch some of the videos of him in the studio working and creating, just an all-time great, man, and a huge influence on myself. Just speaking for myself, I'll go to you next, Lone, but just think that brother deserves his flowers, man. He could easily be listed in the top 5. My opinion. I'm not gonna say I'll put him there. That changes. You know how we are when we talk about lists, but I would not be mad at anybody that had Pharrell in their top 5 from a producer standpoint. I think he's that good, great legacy. Like stuff like this just caps it off, man. I think this is extremely dope. So shout out to that brother, man. He's contributed a lot of dope stuff to hip hop. Definitely think he deserves
Yeah.
his flowers. Long, go ahead and jump in.
No, I agree. Pharrell, I think, is oftentimes, maybe not intentionally, but I think he's left off of the top producers list of all time a lot of times simply because I don't know, maybe he's just, he's very versatile. You'll catch him with some hip hop stuff, and then you'll catch him doing pop records, and, it's all original stuff, and then some sampling stuff, but mostly original stuff. And, he even sings a little, even though he can't really sing. You know what I mean? So, but he sounds good on it. And so he's very talented all the way back to the '90s and what he was working with Teddy Riley and stuff, I believe, in the early '90s. And and so he's been around forever, and he got his big run. I think his big run was it early 2000s or was it late '90s? But it was like
'90s when Super Thug hit. That's the one that really kind of got attention. I mean, he had done Looking at Me for Mace, but people didn't know that Neptune sound yet.
Not yet.
He did do that.
Super Thug is
That's
what
right.
really set it off for them.
That's true. That's true.
The
Well, they
Noriega.
did one for Total. They'd done, I want to say, When Boy Meets Girl for Total, and that's like '96. So
Right. Yeah.
so they'd been
And
around for a while.
absolutely. And then I think what probably changed. Well, Pharrell put out a solo album that was really dope.
Fire in my
Yeah.
mind. Fire.
Yeah, that was really dope. But that, and then working with the Clips, those two things kind of, I think, were his two. I don't know. At least from my opinion, those were like the two breakout moments where I was like, all right, Pharrell is different and he's here to stay.
Yeah.
Even though he had already been around for a while. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, but as far as all the other stuff, yeah, I mean that's great as well. It's cool to see artists and just people in general that have means to give back, and fill in where the system is failing. So I don't feel like people should have to do that, but nevertheless, here we are. So I think that's great.
I think this is the thing. Like, people are like, "Oh, that's a feel good story." Somebody comes back to help his community, but like, honestly, that's not his job. Like,
Nope.
it's kind of like when there'll be something where, like, a robotics team makes a kid who's recently paralyzed a mechanical wheelchair, and like they frame it as a feel good story, but it's not. It's basically where the system has failed and people have stepped up to fill in the blank where the system has failed. And
Right.
That's
it's
true.
not, these are, you can see them as feel good stories, but honestly, this just lets you know, is like, look, if there's a whole for-profit medical and almost for-profit educational system that is going to fail your children if they live a certain place. So luckily there is a very rich entertainer from where you are from, and he's going to come in and you know like I said, fill in the gaps to where where society and the government, because that's what that's who takes care of public education, where they have failed this segment of children. Like, in a way, it's a feel good story because good that Pharrell has the resources to do so. But we shouldn't feel good about any of this, because it just shows that if you are from a certain segment of, whether it be poor, whether it be black, you have to almost be lucky enough and hope that somebody from your community gets out and makes it and can fill in the gaps to where the rest of the system has completely failed you.
100%. J Diff, jump in there, bro. We got about 4 minutes before we got to get out of here.
I mean, everybody made excellent points as far as that's concerned. I'm with Jay Moore as far as having to fill in those gaps that 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 you really shouldn't have to touch. But unfortunately, when you're put in a position like that, when you come from a neighborhood like that, your job essentially is to go back and pull everybody else up, because pretty much the system is failing them. And that's
Right.
also one of the key matters of voting, especially locally. You have to pay attention locally to where what's being funded and what's not, and where the monies are going, because that's a prime example of failure in the education system. But as far as Pharrell is concerned, I mean, he's probably the best super producer when you consider every facet, every genre that he's able to tap into. He, like we just discussed a few weeks ago, uh, someone, Fat Joe was calling Khaled the Quincy Jones of hip hop, and
Yeah.
that's super cat, because you got people like Pharrell in a game that's literally making music for everybody, and his pen game as far as production is concerned is crazy, and that's not even mentioning his counterpart, Nigo, or what's his name?
Chad
He
Hugo.
stays
Hugo.
behind the scenes now. Chad Hugo, the other part of the Neptunes. Those cats are amazing, and he definitely doesn't get the props that he deserves as far as music is concerned, because he's probably the best super producer. I'll stand on that.
He's tough, man. He's tough. Like I said, I won't have any issues with anybody having him as their favorite or top, whatever. Doesn't bother me a bit. Like he's been consistent for an extremely long time, been at a high level for an extremely long time. So salute to that brother, man. I hope everything goes well with that school and they continue to have success down there because it's just dope, man. It's good to start giving people their flowers, man, while they living. Salute to Pharrell, man. Is there anything else that I missed before we get out of here? We got about a couple minutes.
Did anybody listen to Skyzoo's album?
No, I saw you share that, but I do need to check that out. I heard it was really good, and you said it was good, so I know it's good. So
Fire, man.
Yeah, that Skyzoo album is off the chain. Love it.
And man,
It actually
production.
it reminds me of why hip hop is embedded and it's part of my life. That particular album reminded me so because I mean you get so much filler that comes out that's just like it's something to listen to, you know what I'm saying? But he was touching some nerves on that album, man. And it might just be because it sounded similar to maybe how I came up or whatnot. I don't know, but it's solid.
He's
Yeah, I'll
always
have to check it.
jazzy. You know, he's jazzy. He's really, he's really with his production. It's real smooth. Like he picks good beats and he knows how to ride those beats. So, I'm with that album, man. That album is extremely dope. Shout out to Kenny Keys and Rashid Hadi for having joints on that album.
Absolutely.
Homies from Chicago. So salute to them. I think that's going to do it for this episode. Make sure you all follow us on the New Old Heads Network on YouTube. Make sure when you subscribe, you also hit the bell for notification. That is very important. That way you can get a notification every time we drop content on the site. So we really appreciate the support. Shout out to the chat as well for those of you that stay with us. We see you guys in there. We appreciate you as always. Stick around for the post show. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
In a minute.
Yep.
All right, guys.
All right, Jay.
I will.
All right, Jay.
Talk to y'all later.
Have a good one.
I will.
In a minute.
Yeah, we're right at an hour, maybe a little less. So remember, we have to be can't be less.
I thought we were at what did we start at 30? I tried to get it from 37 to 37. A little early.
We're about a minute early, I think.
You can slow it down. You can go in there and slow it down a smidge. Have a chopped and
Smidge.
screwed episode.
Yeah. So the goal is to not add a lot of editing. So I'm trying to drop. Of course, I did say fuck one time, so I have to edit myself out.
I was joking. Yeah, I was
Yeah, I know you
joking
were.
on that.
I know you were.
It didn't come all the way out though, Lone. It didn't come all the
It
way
was
out.
like fuck. It was like fuck. Axl Rose. Yeah.
It ain't come all the way out.
Yeah, which I don't think I should probably be doing anyways. But yeah. Also, shouts Kendall Mathis. I don't know if you're still in here, but he dropped this joint, the S Fidelity Radio Club in our music channel in Discord. So if you guys aren't in there, make sure you join our Discord. It's just newoldheads.com/community. It's our private little, our home. It's where we hang out, share stuff. But he shared that Fidelity Radio Club, which is fire. So it's
check that out.
Yeah, it's on Jakarta Records. You know how Jakarta does. So very good. Very good.
Say word.
Yep. Kind of want to go to Coaches, but I kind of don't want to go to Coaches. I'm just gonna bleep the word out. I have a saved thing for one of my YouTube channels that I do political content on. Well, I don't do personally, but maybe I will in the future. I don't know. But I dub out all the curse words with just empty space. So you just drag the audio of empty space on top of it, and it just bleeps it out. So
it's not like a loud beep.
Yeah, so it's not no beep. It takes it out. So I'll just do that for it. But Tiara, you got the videos I sent you, right? I actually knocked those out in like 2 hours. So I sent them to you yesterday. Let me know if you want the audio for them or whatnot. Oh man, yeah. Been riding this bike, man. Riding bike game 3 days in a row.
What kind of bike did you get?
I found this dude on Facebook Marketplace who was selling a this Schwinn for like $120. It was a mountain bike, looked pretty good. And I was looking to get it, and then I was like, I don't know. He didn't get back to me after the message because I thought he was in Avon, and I'm like, I'm not driving to Avon for a bike. And then I got a notification randomly on Thursday after my class, and it said last week it was like $60. I was like, hold up, let me message this guy. And I was like, where are you at? And he's like, off Harcourt and like 80th or something up there. And I was like, that's not too far. So I picked it up. And it's a nice little bike. Looks like it's got fresh new tires on it. Brakes are nice. It's stuck in third gear, but doesn't matter. Works for me.
As long as
Ride's
you get
nice.
the job done, man.
It is stuck in third gear.
Or maybe it's second. Yeah, third. So it's got the 3 gears, and then it's got the 8 like speeds. Or maybe it's, or whatever. I don't even know. I'm not a bike person. So it's stuck in the third one, which is good for like regular, riding for what I'm going to be doing. And so I can get it looked at if I want to, but I'm not tripping. So. Tripping.
Word.
Got me a bike. Seat hurts.
I do too.
My ass hurts from riding on this bike. I'm not used to that. So.
My bike
Tell me how your ass
ain't too bad as far as hurting. I haven't rode this year yet.
Yeah.
Been some good weather for it.
Yeah, I actually went to, my brother's dad was in town. My stepdad was in town on Sunday. I was telling him earlier. Went over to visit him on Sunday, but Kyle had a random bike. They just bought 2 Giants, or I don't know exactly what they are, but he was like, yeah, I just bought these 2 bikes. And he just had another one just chilling he was trying to get rid of. He's like, you can have it. I don't want it. I was like, all right, cool. So got me a backup bike for the lady. So
2 bikes.
$60.
2 back Billy.
Bought myself some lights and some a nice heavy duty chain lock. I'm out here living this bike life. You know what I mean? Not really, but a little bit. I mean, I'm close enough to like the Monon to where it makes it so easy just to go, up and down to places.
Yeah.
You guys going to Jones's thing on Friday?
Probably.
I was thinking
haven't
about
decided, but I think I'm going to.
Y'all going to coaches tonight?
I don't know, man. I kind of want to. Kind of don't. I know it's going to be packed. And, I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah. Place the derailleurs and gear shifters. Get a gel seat. Yeah. Do need to get a gel seat. Thought about it. But I might ride down for Jones's thing on Friday. I'm thinking it'll be quite a ride, but
Be a nice ride.
Yeah, that's
About
a nice ride, boy.
35 minutes.
It's a nice ride, boy.
Could take the red line back up or whatever it is, though, if I wanted to.
Yeah, you could. 'Cause it's over at what, like 10?
Yeah, it's done at 10. The red line goes till like 1. So
Yeah.
Mhm. It's got that
Yeah.
good bike rack on the front of that mug.
I do want a place for water. That would be nice. I need to add one of those thingies. Oh, yeah. I don't even know what derailleurs are. How are things opening back up over there? Well, I mean, kind of just seems like, I don't know. Like, everybody's jumping back into it. Everything's just kind of open, really. I could tell things are like really legitimately like trying to be back to as normal as possible when all of my DJ friends start to get jobs again. So, and that's starting to happen. So things must be kind of back. I mean, the fact that Coaches is back tonight, where Jay Moore had to run off to, which is like if you're not from Indy, it's a 15-year-long party that DJ Metronome and Jay Moore hosts. Well, they did every Tuesday for like 15 years until the pandemic, and then I think I DJ'd the very last one actually, which is funny. Yeah, and so they haven't been back until tonight, so it's kind of a big thing for our city. It's kind of like the Cheers of hip hop in Indianapolis. But
Yeah.
so with that opening back up, that's one of the main reasons why I'm kind of tentative, because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I went every week after the show. I will go hang out with them, with Metro Nick and Jay Moore and the two bartenders until after hours. I wouldn't get home till 4:35 most days. But I know it's going to be packed. I don't know if I just want to linger. I don't know if I want to linger in everybody's air right now. That's the only thing. So
Yeah. I was like, shit, I kind of want to go, but I kind of want to stay outside.
yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Yeah. But I know I'm going to see a lot of people if I go that I haven't seen in a while. That would be good to see. But there's always next week. And the week after that, I think it's going to die down probably after a couple weeks. Yeah, we just have to figure out when we want to start getting back together. You still possibly thinking about getting the needle in the arm, or are you still going to wait a little longer?
And do it.
Do what?
Did you hear me?
No, what'd you say?
Did I freeze?
No, I hear you now, but I didn't. I caught like the tail end of what you were saying.
No, I was talking to my mom about the other day. I'm gonna go ahead and get it.
Did she get it?
Yeah, my mama got it. Yep, she sure did. Brooklyn about to beat what you call it. Buxton blew like a 25-point lead. If y'all look at it, I looked at it on my phone. And Hard is
25-point lead.
I think they blew a 20, 22, 20. I have to look up the number.
I'm gonna need Giannis to pick up a new move besides back
Your head
forth,
down
go
and
to the
driving.
basket and duck. Don't get me wrong, he's good at it, but that's how my 2K player is, Mike.
Yeah.
Except I'm 6'5". Can't shoot for shit. Yep. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Absolutely. That's kind of what Coaches is like, man. I've been going since I've lived in Indy, and it's been 2009. That's where I met Jada. That's where I met Terry at. Well, technically, I met you at Scotty's, but it was right before that. Yeah.
It was across the street, yeah.
Yeah, you and Eric, who pops in the chat from time to time, but it was really
He said
through
he was going to
Coaches.
Coaches tonight.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I kind of want to go. I know I'm gonna have to air my tire up on my car because it just runs flat.
You need a new set.
Really.
Bruh, it's one of the things. Like when I went to sell buy that bike, the dude who I bought the bike from is also a car dude. So he had like an old Mercedes, and he had this Mustang, like a 2003 Mustang that he kind of like had been working on. And he asked me, he's like, "You selling your car?" I was like, "Maybe." I was like, he's like, "How much you want?" I was like, probably between 4 and 6. He's like, I don't know if I can do that. And I was like, I probably won't go lower than that, but I need to. I need two front new tires. They don't keep air, and but I need a whole new front end. So I'm trying to decide I've been trying to decide for 4 years, but if I want to keep it and just kind of park it and then maybe work on it later, or I don't know. It's got value, but
yeah, they don't make that much no more.
Yeah. Yep.
We
Need to
we
just
gotta
get me a beater.
realize that some of the cars that came out in our lifetime are now considered classics, and
I
will
know.
be like
Yeah.
the ones that people are looking for
Yeah.
within like the next 10, 20 years, especially.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Because I
crazy? Do
remember
you
we
ever
used to
think
get
about that? It's
GTOs on the
crazy to
lot,
me.
and people would be calling from out of town to try to come and get them.
Yeah. That's the main reason why I'm like, I probably should just hold on to it, because if this thing didn't run, people would still probably pay me a few thousand for it. So
Yep,
I'm probably
you could probably easily get 25 to 3 if it didn't run.
And what would a set
yeah.
of tires cost for you?
Well, the thing is I have to buy full sets, so
Yeah.
so I'm looking at probably $600-700. Yeah.
That ain't bad.
I mean, I could get used if I wanted to, but I typically don't, But yeah, used car prices are up high right now. I mean, that's true, but I don't know. Like if
Why
I
is
to be,
that though?
I think the whole world is in a weird shift right now because of everything in the last year. But I don't know. Like I honestly, I say like between 4 and 6 for my car, but I honestly probably wouldn't let it go for anything less than $6,000, even though I know it's not worth that in driving, like as a driver. But just the fact of like the value of the car being rare and what it is, like I wouldn't let it go for less than 6, or I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It is an investment, but yeah, I don't know. I do know.
Get you anyway. Show yourselves in the chat. We
I can't do it, Captain. I just can't do
These
it.
songs is
Yeah, let's see how long the episode is. It's only, I don't even think we broke. Only, well,
I want one of them
technically-
Brooklyn jerseys.
Brooklyn. I like Brooklyn's jerseys, actually. All right, Kendall,
Yeah, I
man.
like it.
Thanks for stopping through, brother.
All right, now.
Chip shortages. Man, when I start rattling off all the things that, like, he was like, yeah, what's it need? I was like, huh, all right, you got a notepad? Like, it runs fine, but it's got issues. It's a car. Did you ever get rid of your Cadillac, or you still got it?
No, I need to get rid of that mug.
Does it
Just
still
sitting
run?
there. I need to get rid of it. Actually, within the next 2 weeks, I need to get rid of it because I need it out of the driveway so I can take pictures.
Does it run? Throws up.
It needs a battery. Have to see what it does when I put a battery in it.
I'm frozen. Raekwon, the chef. TR, do you need, since you're still in here, do you need me to send you like anything else for those? Like, do you need the like just the audio or anything like that? I can put them all together in whatever format. I just felt like it's easier just to upload it to YouTube. Let me know what you need. What you need. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much ready. I think almost good to be back, man. I think as far as everything's concerned on our end, Mike and I, as far as like the production side of things.
I'm ready, man. Had too many technical difficulties this way, at least over here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why the mic is not working. Like, it won't come on at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got no experience with it.
KD just drained a three.
Cool. It's all goody. All goody, man. All goody. I've even thought in the last couple days about potentially getting a job.
Yeah.
Thought about it, but only like I was like, I could probably get an audio engineering job or something. And I was looking at, I just was browsing around, and I was like, found one company. It's like, yeah, we need somebody to help manage our podcast and organize audio and blah 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 blah. I'm like, I could do that. And then I looked at the vice president. And I looked at the vice president role. I was like, I think I could do that too. How much does this pay? Let me be a vice president for a company. I'll do that on the side. All vice presidents I know just kind of show up and smile at people. So like,
There you go.
it's gonna be hard to smile at people.
You get the vice president position and then bring me in. Find me a
Right.
job that I do next to nothing.
Right. But this one company, I don't even remember the name of it. I think it's Lemonade, but instead of an E is like A. It was like a podcast network or something, and they're looking for somebody to organize and manage and audio and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, shit, our network is bigger than theirs. I was like,
how much y'all paying?
I never really put stock into or pay any attention to like the skill set that I actually have and can do. Like I don't pay attention to it. I just keep like doing shit. And so a couple days ago, I just stopped and paused, and I was like, I wonder, like, do I have a skill set to take one of these jobs if I wanted to? You know what I mean? I think I'm pretty sure I do, but I don't know. The thing is like if I did take a job, I wouldn't want to stop doing anything that I'm doing. So, there's that. Like I'm not gonna stop teaching, and I'm not gonna stop working at Decademics, and I'm not gonna stop doing this, and I'm not gonna stop bringing down the band, and I'm not gonna stop being a political asshole or any of that shit. So, I need something that kind of fits in. New Old Heads corporate takeover. Yep. Exactly. This isn't an elimination game tonight for the Nets and Bucks, is it? It's just game 5, right?
Game 5.
Nah, it's tied two.
He still got
right now.
It's tied to 2. He going off though. He got 46.
Who?
Jesus.
Kevin Durant.
Oh yeah. Durant's a special man. He's a 7-footer that can
do everything.
I get why he's so fragile though. I mean, Jesus Christ, he's huge. He's tall as fuck.
His hair though.
And he's skinny. He's like Porzingis, but
he need to go ahead and let it go. He just let it go. I can't believe the Suns scraped Denver like that though.
Suns in 4. You see that video? The fan.
Yeah. What's so funny about it is the dude that was getting punched. He thought he was being slick and tried to sneak dude.
Yeah.
He tried to sneak him. And then when he started getting popped in the face, he just let him pretty much hold his head down there.
He just
the
held
whole
him.
time.
I didn't know if he was holding him by the chain or the jersey, but it was just funny. He was just having a conversation with somebody else like he was holding a dog. It was just like, it's hilarious.
Suns in 4.
Suns in 4.
God
I was like, wait.
ass.
And then I looked up.
I'm gonna put Jokic brothers on Terry.
Jokic brothers. The Jokic brothers. It's been a minute since I've watched an actual NBA game. I can't really commentate on a lot of the actual shit that goes on in the NBA. It's only like looking at stat sheets and shit. Slavo Zizic. I am not familiar with Slavo Zizic. I am not. I've been paying a lot of attention to. I've been jumping into a wormhole, a lot of socialism and communism and what people call socialism and what people call communism and various examples in the world and
Tucker mad. PJ Tucker
all that
mad.
shit.
Boy.
But that's what I've been kind of diving into in the last maybe 2 months. Slavoj Žižek. Yeah, I'll check him out. I'll check him out. I would definitely consider myself a leftist. So there's that. I ain't no liberal. I'm a leftist. Hear what I'm saying?
Libtard. Y'all, you and all you libtards.
I think the thing about it's like the biggest thing that I think that's been eye opening for me in the last maybe 2 or 3 months is just how much, like, and I've always known this, but maybe not blatantly. It's just like how much our entire political party, the Republicans and the Democrats, they're all really the same in the sense of they're all conservatives. Like even the Democrat Party is conservative. Like even in, especially when you compare it to like the rest of the world, we're very, very conservative in this country. And I didn't realize how conservative we actually were. Like I knew we were conservative, but I didn't realize how conservative the Democrats really were. And that's why it's even funnier when like Republican or Trumpers or whoever, they're talking about, yeah, the socialists are taking over and Biden's a socialist. Like Biden is not a socialist. Biden's a freaking neoconservative. He's just in the Democratic Party. And so it's crazy.
Pretty much.
Like Kamala was just on the television saying, "Don't come here." Like,
man.
Yeah. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come.
I'm gonna come. Kyle Kalinske. I'm not familiar with Kyle Kalinske. And the Israel-Palestine thing, that thing has been mad interesting to follow. I've never paid attention to any of that shit before in the past.
They was just doing something earlier today, I believe. Something was going on over there.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, I think I've decided to pause my creative to creative series and only do it when I feel like it. Only because, at least until I can figure out how to, or I get enough time to really jump into it. I'm just
gonna keep it for like special guests or.
Yeah, I still want to do it. I still want it to be a thing, but I don't. It's not very high on my priority list, I think, is the main thing. Like, I mentioned this on Twitter, like, a few months back, but I'd legitimately give it to somebody that wanted to do it. Like, if somebody, like, legitimately wanted to take it, like, somebody that's not a part of us, and wanted to take it and just, like, was really interested in interview media and, hip-hop media and wanted to utilize and had the know-how and want to turn it like legitimately into something, like I would hand it off in a heartbeat. It's just like I like the idea. I want to do it because I think it's important, but I'd really like to elevate somebody else's voice rather than my own. Just to be frank, I do enough shit, and yeah. Did you see Kyle Long won Indiana? What was it? Indiana podcast, best Indiana podcast or something?
Did he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Culture Manifesto is great. So, like, it's literally like what I'm doing with Creative to Creative, but he did it first. And Kyle's a spectacular interviewer. I think actually I've been on his show. It's been 4 or 5 years, but. A great series. Country is more like an oligarchy than a democracy. Well, I mean, yeah. It's, hey man, all I can say is they better not teach no critical race theory in my children's schools. You know, we want to learn about Christopher Columbus. We want to learn about how great turkeys are. You know, we need to understand that racism goes away as long as you ignore it. And, you know, critical race theory.
Libtard.
It's just so It's so fascinating to me that we have such a, in our country, we have such a, we're so like opposed to like clever, intelligent ideas and anything that's different from what we don't know. But anyways. Anyways, Dead Out of Order came in with the sheep skin ex-lover bar.
Get out of here, fellas. I will holla at you. Might see Lone in the street on his bike.
Maybe. Maybe. I'm gonna ride it into the school on Thursday. I'm probably.
You gonna lock it up? You gonna take it in with you, or you gonna lock it up somewhere?
Oh, I leave it in. It's a secret. We're on the internet. Anybody can watch this. I can't tell you where I keep it. I keep it on the roof. Keep it on the roof. Lock it to the window. Yeah. Yeah, there's enough places there. I could bring it in if I want. But also right outside the window, I can see outside the window into the back area. So if I want to put it out there, I can. And if somebody steals it, well, I mean, it's $60. So
you better bring that thing in there and I don't know. Can't put it in the office. It's too big. The office ain't that big.
I mean, some people do pull their bikes in it. Some people do that. Some people do. Some students do.
Leave it in the vestibule, perhaps.
Yes, I mean Des does, and one of our students will bring his bike. He'll ride it over and just leave it in the office. But outside of the window in the studio, I can see that whole yard. So that's where I parked it last time. It was pretty simple. Just put that there. You know what I'm saying?
But man, I'm about to jump off of here. I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna roll out or not.
All right, y'all. I'm about to work on me a guest list, I reckon, and send me some emails. So I will.
Sounds good.
I will holla.
Right on. Shouts to
All right, yeah.
TR. Talk to you soon. I still got a hat for you too, so gotta get that to you sometime. And Naughty Pie, thanks for stopping through. Always good to see you and chat with you a little bit. Everybody else, holla. See y'all next week. Peace.